Hello, it's Burgess Taylor and it's Coffee Chat Monday, but we're going to do things a little bit different today. So I got some of the footage done for The Artist Way. I did some of the filming and stuff like that, but I didn't get the video up yesterday and I really meant to, but I needed some rest. I really needed some rest. I am healing from minor surgery from a week ago. Yeah, Saturday was a week ago. Still am on the antibiotic. Maybe my body has needed more rest because it is healing. Whatever the case is, I kind of needed some rest. So I didn't get a chance to edit or upload or anything. So I'm probably going to take Wednesday off for YouTube, get a little bit of rest. I'm going to put in the footage now for The Artist Way. That's about it. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hello. It's a chilly, cloudy, rainy day today, and I am getting started a little bit late, but that's okay. One of the things about the Artist Way that I really loved the last time I did it was how it opened um, the doors to a different way of thinking about some things. What I want to talk about is week one, which is recovering a sense of safety. She starts out with, "This week initiates your creative recovery. You may feel both giddy and defiant, hopeful and skeptical. The readings, tasks, and exercises aim at allowing you to establish a sense of safety, which will enable you to explore your creativity with less fear." She starts, the first section of week one is shadow artists. And shadow artists are people who have a dream of being an artist and instead they go towards a field that maybe is related but not what they actually dreamed of doing. If you want to be a fiction writer and you become a journalist, or you go into advertising, or you go into public relations, or maybe you became a teacher. The first thing she says in this is one of our chief needs as a creative being is support. But sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you don't have support. Sometimes the people in your life aren't supportive. She says that we, as young artists, want and need to be acknowledged for our attempts and efforts as well as for our achievements and triumphs, but we don't always get that. She says that parents seldom say, "Try it and see what happens." She talks about how a lot of people believe that art won't pay the bills, that if you become an artist, you're going to be a starving artist. She talks about how very often people are intimidated, that they don't feel like they don't have enough self-worth, they don't recognize that in themselves. So the next part she talks about is protecting the artist child within. To find and protect that child, that we have to learn to let ourselves create like you would learning how to walk, that you start by crawling. And she says, if in recovering from our creative blocks, it is necessary to go gently and slowly. What we are after here is the healing of old wounds, not the creation of new ones. No high jumping, please. She says mistakes are necessary, stumbles are normal, that these are baby steps. It's progress, not perfection, that we should be asking of ourselves. I really liked that part. She talks about the enemy within, our core negative beliefs, and she gives a list of these. People who are artists are underappreciated. People who are artists are crazy. People who are artists are drunkards. Yeah. Not good. She gives a negative beliefs and a positive alternatives list. She also talks about your ally within, which are affirmative weapons like affirmations, and she tells you to use those on a daily basis. The one that I like, for example, is you write it down. And you put your name in the blank. I, Burgess, am a brilliant and prolific painter, poet, writer, artist, whatever you want. You write that 10 times in a row. And while you're busy doing that, she says that there's something interesting that will happen. And it did happen. Your censor, capital CEN, SOR, will start to object. Hey, wait a minute. She says, you can't say all that positive stuff. So objections start to pop up. And those are called your blurts because your brain blurts them out. The objections sound something like brilliant and prolific. Sure you are. Since when? You call writer's block prolific? You're just kidding yourself. You're an idiot. Who are you kidding? Who do you think you are? That kind of stuff. And I have been guilty of some of those thoughts. She says you'd be amazed at the rotten things that your subconscious will blurt out. And yeah, so she tells you to write them down. She says these blurts flag your personal negative core beliefs. They hold the key to your freedom in their ugly little claws. You can make a list of those personal blurts. After that, you do some personal detective work where you talk about some of the things that might be the sources for those blurts, for that negative self-criticism. Where did that belief come from? So then you get to the creative affirmations. She lists 20 of them, and then she lists the tasks. I didn't do all the tasks. I did my morning pages 5.5 out of 6. Well, no, 4.5 out of 7 days. And I say half because I wrote a couple of pages, but I didn't write 3 whole pages worth one day. But considering the week I had, that was actually pretty good. I'm hoping this week will be much better. I took my artist date. Actually did 2. I did an easy one. I went walking. Actually went walking this morning. I got a little bit of footage there. Even though it was rainy, I thought, you know what? This is such a depressing kind of day that maybe I need to go walking. It might make me feel better, and it did. And I did the working with the affirmations and the blurts. So I did quite a bit of the task, but I didn't do every single one of them. She gives you 10, and I think I did about 6 or 7 of them. So not too bad. So I didn't do every single one of the time travel ones. There were a lot of those. I didn't write the letter to the editor in my defense. So I guess I did 7 of them. It went pretty well though, especially considering the week I had. It was a humdinger, I'm gonna tell you. One of the things that I really wanted to mention was last year at this time when I was doing the Artist Way, I didn't realize, and one of the reasons I'm not watching the videos, I need to probably, but I'm not going to. Maybe I'll watch it now that week 1 is over. Maybe I'll watch week 1. I know I announced the giveaway winner because last time I gave away 2 Artist Way books and an Artist Way journal. But one of the things that I really learned, I learned about myself was I have an immense amount of self-doubt. Part of it comes from my childhood, part of it comes from baggage from past relationships, but I have an immense amount of support in Mr. Rockstar and in my daughter. My parents are pretty supportive. My dad still kind of has the mindset of artists don't make much money. But I think my daughter's kind of changed some of that for them because my daughter's done portraits and stuff on canvas and actually made money. It's not her full-time job. That's her hobby. She's a welder, which is still sort of artistic because you should see some of the stuff she creates. I have a rose that she welded and it's gorgeous. What I've been thinking about this time, the first week I was thinking a lot about was self-doubt. And how far I've come. It's been amazing, the journey. When I started YouTube, October was 2 years ago. I would never have imagined. I have social anxiety. I have anxiety, period. So doing things like this on social media, it's like, wow. I put art aside for, I don't know, 30 years or so because I just wanted to raise my kids and I wanted to get my college degree. I wanted to be a writer, but I thought I was going after the shadow artist job. I was going to work for a newspaper. I wanted to be a journalist so that I would at least be writing and getting paid for it. Because I didn't think I could make money with my fiction. It didn't really dawn on me last time. I mean, it dawned on me about the journalism thing, but all of it didn't dawn on me until this time around. Some of it, because I am such a creative person. I mean, I've always done DIY projects and decorated stuff, made homemade cards for people, crocheted scarves, blankets. That's about as far as I can go, though. I tried over and over again to do a hat. I cannot do a hat. And as much as I love hats, you'd think I'd be able to do that, but I cannot. One day I'm going to learn. That's on my bucket list. Right now I have too many other projects And that is one of the projects I want to start the end of this summer, though. One of the things I've realized over this past week and the weekend is that I have to set some boundaries, and I need to not overwhelm myself with so much that I have my hand in way too many coffee cups. I need to slow down a bit and be mindful of the projects that I'm doing. I can't do everything at one time. So I put aside a few projects that I wanted to start at the beginning of this year that I'm going to start later on in the year. I'm going to stick with the Artist Way because it's really helpful, and I like that I'm doing it at the beginning of the year. I'm reading the book, Your Best Year Yet, and I'm going to be doing the 3 hour where you answer the questions so I can kind of prioritize my goals a little better. I'm going to try to do these videos every Sunday, but there might be days where you end up with Artist Way for the coffee chat. And that's okay. I'm trying to break things up, but just bear with me. I mean, I have a tentative schedule, but it's not set in stone because life does happen. So that's just how it goes sometimes. And I apologize, but at the same time, I'm sorry, but not sorry. I have to be aware of what's good for me and take care of myself. And like I said, I do have my hand in a lot of coffee cups. And sometimes I need some rest. Sometimes, I can't do everything all the time, every day. But I do get a lot done. Part of it's because I work from home. All of this is my job. My writing is my actual job. And my writing has suffered lately. So I have to make a decision. And that's what I'm hoping, Your Best Year Yet, doing these goals and stuff. That's what I'm hoping this might help me sort out a few things. The Artist Way and doing that book might help me. I need to get back to my writing, and as of right now, I just don't have time, so something's going to have to give. I may change things up a bit. So what I need to do is take a bit of a break. I think that's what I may do. I may take a break this week from YouTube. I hope y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching, and if you've joined me with the Artist Way, I'm going to, while this is saving and uploading, write the blog post for this. So if you want to follow along and you're not part of the Destination Me group, I'm not really doing this on my Omni Journal group on Facebook. I don't want to tie up the page with a bunch of Artist Way stuff. And I have the subgroup for Destination Me, but that group is specifically it's a subgroup. You have to belong to the Destination Me main group in order to join the Destination Me Artist Way group. I'm not going to have another Facebook group. I am doing posts on the blog, so if you want to comment, you want to talk about it, you can either comment on the YouTube videos, make your own, and let me know about it. Comment on the blogs listed below. That's my website. And for those of you that are already in the Destination Me group in the Artist Way, hello. But yeah, I can't tie up the Omni Journaling group with a bunch of Artist Way stuff, because you're more than welcome to comment on here on the YouTube video itself or on the blog post. So I really appreciate it, though, y'all. Have a good one. And this coming week is recovering a sense of identity. We'll talk about that. What? Okay, at first I thought it was a mosquito. I was like, it's too chilly out here to have a mosquito. Bye, y'all.